So lately, I've been seeing a lot of these headlines that, especially the last couple of days, that there's a food shortage coming, or that there's talks of famine, or just grocery price instability. And I just wanted to let you know what I've been doing to try to prepare for the possibility of a food shortage or a famine or just increased prices. Now, obviously, if you guys don't know, um, there is a war in a certain part of the world that is having a effect on oil. And I'm no military analyst or anything like that, but I am I am of the opinion, and I do firmly believe, that we are a globally connected world. Um, I keep hearing headlines of countries around the world that are rationing petrol. Some have rationed energy, some are rationing water. And it really just makes me wonder how much longer that is, um, until it starts happening here in Australia. So lately, when I've been doing my shopping, obviously, how I prepare for stuff, and you know, maybe I should give a bit of context. I was never one for preparing for bad situations or nothing, and I wouldn't classify myself as a prepper. But lately, I've been noticing a lot of shortages, especially at Woolies, and I've also switched to delivery, just because, just as I get older, I just can't seem to deal with people as much as I used to be able to. People seem a lot more hostile than they used to be, not as friendly. That's a whole nother conversation. Um, but even just like a lack of options at checkout, some items that are not in stock. So lately, I've just been doubling up on a lot of essential items. So if I buy a 24 pack of water, I'll buy another pack. So I'll buy two. If I buy some pasta, if I can get it at a good price, I might buy 3 bags. And just kind of having like a bit of a buffer, just in case one day on the shelves there might be no pasta. Because I am hearing about there's a lack of fertilizer shortages going around the world and stuff like that. And I know that is deeply intertwined with wheat and grain and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just crazy times that we're living in. Really is. And I'm looking around the world and I'm just thinking to myself, it's only a matter of time before it's in Australia. Like, we start having problems here. I like to think we're a little bit more safer than other countries, just because we're kind of on our own here. But I still think that we are globally connected. And things will just kind of trickle down to Australia eventually. Since I think a lot of Australia's produce and products is mostly imported, so we are very much part of the supply chain, although somewhat independent of it. I think that's just my opinion. Everything's just my opinion. So yeah, just noticing a lot of things that aren't in stock as much as they used to be. And the last time I was down the shops, I have noticed that there are a lot of people, just observing, there are a lot of people buying a lot of pantry stuff, like stuff that is meant to be kept in cans or stuff that keeps for a long time. So I think there's this thing boiling in a lot of people at the moment that they know something's coming, but they don't know necessarily what. And I think people are just getting a little bit ready just for something to happen, because this is a crazy world. I don't know about you in particular, but you can call it anxiety, I guess, but it just feels like a sense of impending doom, but not necessarily knowing exactly where it's coming from. It's very strange. So yeah, we are living in very strange times. Such a volatile world. It didn't feel like this 10 years ago. And in my opinion, this started during COVID. Something in COVID's happened. So, but you guys let me know what you think. But I think yeah, something's brewing under the surface, and there's only so much that we can control. My advice would be, if you guys do go shopping, make sure that you guys create a bit of a buffer for yourselves. You have a bit of extra water, a bit of extra food, just in case prices get really crazy. I keep hearing about this on the news, and I was always told that if it's on the news, it's too late. Like it's already started to come down into the economy, etc., etc. Again, I'm not an economist. I never will claim to be one. I just have my opinion, and that's it. It just feels very, very strange that they're talking about a recession and talks about a famine and global food shortages, and not to mention the wars going on and stuff like that. It's just crazy times. We really got to look after ourselves. So if you guys are just going shopping, check out my previous videos. I do a lot of it's not really the main theme of the channel, but it is just, there's a couple of cheap items that I did find at Woolies that I thought were worth making a video over, and letting other people know that there's some savings to be found at Woolworths. So feel free to check out some of my shorts. And with that being said, I hope you guys take care of yourselves, and I hope I catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.